Now, I'm not going to lie, August has been quite a hard month for me in terms of nailing the sort of three pillars of workouts, nutrition, and taking care of myself in general. Maybe it's been the same for you. I got back from a holiday at the end of July. I wanted to get right back into my workouts, but it's been slow going, skipped workouts, more messy meals than my body can handle these days, unfortunately, and just generally life being messy. But the good news is, now just in this last week of the month, I'm finally back in the groove on all fronts, but today what I wanted to do was share with you the process that I had to go through to go from lethargic post-holiday Chris to finally getting back in shape Chris, because not for the first time, I started ignoring my own advice and I got nowhere until I listened back to one of my own podcasts and I realised that guy talks sense. Maybe I'll try it his way. Hey, Chris here from Over 40 Freaking Awesome, where I help guys in their 40s and 50s to build sustainable fitness habits that work with our real lives, not some fantasy version where you have unlimited time and energy. And let me tell you, I did not follow that process myself for the first couple of weeks after I got back from holiday in Greece, where I found myself part man, part feta cheese and wine, and I wanted to work out, I wanted to eat better, and I wanted to get more sleep and take time to de-stress a bit, but I kept on failing miserably for a few weeks. And what happened is I fell into a trap that a lot of guys our age do, which was trying to go from 0 to 100 miles an hour overnight. So I tried to get back to working out 4 days a week, eat according to a strict plan and all that jazz. And it was just so overwhelming, the list of actions I was trying to tick off each day, that I kept blowing off workouts. I kept eating crap for lunch. I kept letting my pesky wife convince me to stay up and watch more bad TV shows instead of getting my arse to bed. In short, I was stuck in holiday mode despite no longer technically being on holiday. Because let's face it, holiday mode is a lot of fun. You don't have to say no to anything lazy or unhealthy, and you get to say yes to dessert every time it's offered. Who wants to give that up? So I actually only put on 2 pounds of weight on holiday, but now I've promptly put on another 3 pounds in the 3 weeks after getting back from holiday. And the reason I'm telling you all this is that I didn't get back on track until I went all the way back to basics, not really having a prescribed plan at all, and instead asking myself, well, what would a typical good, healthy day look like for a healthier version of me? And that is a better question to ask yourself than what program should I be following? I think we get obsessed with finding the perfect system instead of focusing on what does a sustainably healthy day look like in my life. Maybe you'll spend hours researching the optimal workout split, but you can't string together 3 days of getting good sleep and proper meals. So we need to get back to a place where we're doing simple things consistently enough that they then compound over time and help us get in shape. But I ignored all that and I tried to jump right back into my fancy training program and high protein, medium carb diet when I hadn't worked out in a couple of weeks at all, and I hadn't given food choices a second thought either for weeks, other than shall I have 1 or 2 meat skewers for dinner this evening? Now, just a quick sidebar, I now have 4 great wee ebooks on the Amazon Kindle store. They cover all the bases for getting your arse in shape after 40. There is a link to that in the description. But let me walk you through what a typical day needed to look like for me to get back on track. And this is the advice that I give coaching clients too, but I ignored myself for the last 3 weeks before I finally seen the light. This is going to help you start getting results without feeling overwhelmed or turning your life upside down. So in the morning, get up, obviously. If you're having breakfast, make it high protein. So I'm talking eggs, Greek yogurt, or some sort of protein shake or something. Something that's going to actually fill you up instead of something very carb-centric that leaves you starving by 10 o'clock. And then move your body for 5 minutes if you can. That could be a stretch, a quick walk around the block, or even just get outside and get some natural light, because this sets your circadian rhythm right. It tells your body we're not sleeping anymore. It is go time. You don't have to do an hour-long workout in the mornings if you don't want to. Throughout the day, then, build your meals around protein, fruit, and vegetables first, and then add moderate levels of carbohydrates just based on how active you're going to be. If you're sitting at a desk all day, you don't need the same level of carbohydrates as someone that's doing physical labor. With me and my coaching clients, we just focus on hitting a protein target each day, getting a couple servings of fruit and vegetables, and then sprinkling carbohydrates into that. No complicated meal timing or macro counting. When it comes to dinner and evening, that should be your last calories if you're trying to lose weight. No snacking or biscuits or crisps when you're watching TV. If you're working out after dinner, though, by all means have a protein shake. But apart from that, the kitchen needs to be closed to you. Then later in the evening, wind down from say 10 o'clock, start giving your body clear signals. Bedtime's coming, phone goes away, TV goes off. Prep your tomorrow, so set out workout gear if you're trying to train first thing. Prep your breakfast if that'll help you. Put the coffee on a timer, set your alarms, take some magnesium if falling asleep is an issue too, and then just get to bed without your bloody phone in your hand. And that simple daily routine is what I finally got back to doing. And now I'm finally back working out consistently on a program and eating right. But it took me to get back to nailing those healthy, sensible days first to get back in the zone. And these actions might seem very unsexy to you compared to the elaborate routines that you may see online. But this is the thing. Ask yourself, when's the last time you actually put together a streak of doing all of those simple things, even for 3 or 4 days straight? Most guys can't because they're too busy trying to follow a more rigid and perfect training and diet plan, just like I tried to do myself, instead of focusing on consistency with the basics. In fact, in the foundations phase of my resurgence coaching program, this is exactly what we do for the first 4 weeks. There's no fancy workouts. It's just a case of getting your feet wet in the gym. There's no extreme diets. It's just trying to stick to a couple of guidelines around protein and portions, and generally just building these types of daily habits into your life until they become automatic. Because what I've learned from coaching hundreds of guys over the last 16 years is that you can't build a strong, healthy body on top of chaotic daily habits. I've had a busy August with kids being off school, getting new coaching clients up and running. So that all combined with still being in that holiday mode meant that life felt chaotic and messy. And it took me to master my sleep, basic nutrition and consistent sort of daily movement before I got up and running again properly with workouts. And that is what I advise you to do too. If you are struggling to be consistent, those few weeks have been like my foundations phase where I've reset my habits and my hormones. Now I'm ready to ramp things up just like I do with clients when we move into the sort of second 6-week surge phase when their hormones are rebalanced and these habits are locked in. That's when we can really push things with more challenging workouts, more aggressive fat losses if that's a goal. And that's what I'm now able to do, having gone through that habits building process again. So don't overwhelm yourself. I started out after my holiday with about 20 things I was trying to do each day. Drink more water, take my supplements at certain times, sleep, evening routines, fancy workouts, stretching, walks, certain macros at certain times. So many things. The wheels obviously fell off. I needed to treat myself as a client. I agreed with myself 5 or 7 daily actions that were doable but moved the needle just enough, and I ticked them off each day just like my clients do in the app that we use. Things like hit my protein target, get to bed by 10:30, no snacking on crap after dinner, 10-minute morning movement. That's it. No complicated hour-long morning routines, no meal prep marathons on a Sunday, just simple actions like those, repeated as many days as possible each week. See, at our age, I think we need systems that reduce sort of decision fatigue so we don't blow the whole thing off whenever staying in shape starts to feel like it's a part-time job. We need approaches that work even when we're tired and stressed and dealing with all the usual chaos of life at our age or stuck in holiday mode like I was. If you struggle to put together a streak of even a week of training right, eating right and looking after yourself, you're trying to do too much. As much as you maybe really want the outcomes from the high maintenance approach that you're trying to follow, it's not going to work. I've seen too many clients come to me really pissed off that their efforts, lots and lots of efforts to follow hardcore programs got them nowhere because it was all just so unsustainable they gave up. If you can nail the basic good days first, you've got plenty of time to build an actual workout habit and tweak your diet to lose weight, but prove to yourself first that you can line up a streak of a week or two of those kind of simple 5 or 6 simple daily actions before you try and go at 100 miles per hour and crash and burn again. Now, email me chris@coach.com if you're curious about coaching, and make sure to check out that link in the description for those 4 wee ebooks that I have in the Kindle store on Amazon now. Remember, don't be like me, post Greece holiday and aim too high too soon. Please build slowly, nail your good days, and you will be flying in no time, believe me. But take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.